Alright, before we continue, I'm going to do a quick recap of our character. We grew up as the only son of our father, a nobleman who lost power throughout his life. When we came of age, he sent us off to be a page at another nobleman's court in order to more properly learn about the court and about politics and leadership. When we grew older, the nobleman to whom our father had sent us apprenticed us as a squire to his lead knight, which was a big honor for us, and we spent many years learning art of swordplay and fighting. However, as we got older, we gained a wanderlust, and it was time for us to make our own way in the world, become an adventurer, and ride to our destiny. We have been awarded the right to carry a banner, which will signify our status and bring us honor. Growing up, our father taught us about the importance of nature and how even the best leaders need to be at peace with the world around them in order to stay in power, no matter how many men they have or how large their army is. And as such, our chosen banner is that of a stag on a dark background, symbolizing that one should be appreciative yet wary of nature, which we have attributes: strength, agility, intelligence, and charisma, and various skills, and the proficiencies which I honestly don't understand. I think higher proficiencies make it so that you deal more damage. I think that's what that might be. But I may be entirely wrong. If I am, tell me. Mindless lump. Because why not? Okay, so let's do the attributes first. Strength increases your health. It also allows you to develop the Iron Flesh, Power Strike, Power Throw, and Power Draw skills. Iron Flesh gives you extra health. Power Strike increases melee damage. Power Throw increases throwing damage. And Power Draw increases bow damage. Agility increases weapon points a little bit, and it slightly increases movement speed. It also allows us to use Weapon Master, Shield, Athletics, Riding, Horse Archery, and Looting. Weapon Master allows us to get higher weapon proficiencies. Shield reduces damage to the shield, which means the shield lasts longer, and it improves its coverage and like the angle at which it protects, and it improves the speed at which we can lift it up and protect ourselves. Athletics straight up improves our running speed. Riding enables us to ride horses of higher difficulty, and it increases our riding speed and maneuver. And the horse difficulty is basically some horses are better trained than others, and some are more stubborn. Generally, a higher difficulty level horse is better. Like, the horse we'll probably start out with, I think, is like a level 1, and war horses, which are pretty much the best, are, I think, level 4. So we can get up to level 3, which is nice, but horses are expensive. Horse archery reduces the damage and accuracy penalties for archery and throwing from horseback. And looting increases the amount of loot obtained by 10%. So, looting is very nice, especially in the beginning. And that is boosted by agility. Intelligence every point you put into intelligence gives you a skill point. In addition, it gives you the following skills: trainer, tracking, tactics, pathfinding, spotting, inventory management, wound treatment, surgery, first aid, engineer, and persuasion. So from here to there. Trainer allows us, basically if you have ranks in trainer, every day your party will get some small amount of experience, and upgrading the trainer skill gives them that experience. So the higher level, the more experience they get every day. So that can be very nice. Tracking allows tracks to become more informative. In the game, you have just a small field of vision around your party, and so tracking is very important because that tells you what's been going on in that area. And if you enable cheats, there's a way to see all parties on the whole map, but we're not going to be playing with cheats. In tactics, it increases the starting battle advantage. And the way this translates in battle is it basically makes it so that your men fight a little better. So, in pathfinding, it increases your speed on the map by just a little bit. So it's not a huge impact, but over time that can be very nice. Pathfinding is especially nice if you have infantry units rather than cavalry, because if you have a lot of infantry units in your party moves slower on the map. Spotting increases your seeing range, so on the map you can see a little bit more. In inventory management, it increases your inventory capacity by 6. That can be very nice because oftentimes if you go through several battles at a time, then you will run out of inventory space, and then you can't quite get everything that you wanted to sell off. In wound treatment, the healing speed of the party is increased a little bit. So if you're injured, or if members of your party are injured, they heal by 20% more hit points every amount of time. For surgery, it makes it more likely that your party members will be wounded rather than killed. So instead of dying, they'll be knocked unconscious. With first aid, heroes specifically regain more hit points. Engineer allows you to construct siege equipment and fife improvements more quickly. So if you're trying to siege a castle or a large town, then you have to build siege equipment like ladders or siege towers, depending on the type of fortification. And this depends highly on your engineer skill, because if you have a low engineer skill, it's going to take you a really long time to do it, and that's a big time commitment. In addition, once you have your own land, your own fiefs, most people will have villages. You can also get castles and even large cities, which will be your fiefs. And you can build improvements within your fiefs, such as for a village like a windmill to give them a bit more money, a watchtower so they're a little more defended and so they can warn you if someone's nearby so you can go protect them, and other things. So engineer is a very important skill later in the game once you have enough power to be sieging and to have your own fiefs. So early game it's not as important, but late game it's very, very important to have. Persuasion helps you make other people accept your point of view. So this just makes it a little easier when you're dealing with the NPCs, which are almost all lords of the realm. So persuasion is a good skill to have at any point in the game. Charisma, the last attribute, increases your party size limit by 1 for every point. This is especially useful later game because you'll often find yourself party capped, as in you have the most people in your party that you can. And this affects the skills of prisoner management, leadership, and trade. Prisoner management allows you to have prisoners. Usually just 1 point in this is enough for most to all of the game. Leadership, every point increases the maximum numbers of troops by 5 instead of just 1 in charisma, and it increases party morale, so they fight a little better and they're more likely to stick around, and it reduces the wages for the troops, which is often a big deal later on. Finally, trade. Every level reduces your trade penalty by 5, and what that means is you get slightly better deals with everyone. And it might be that it improves only the trading with enemies, because it says trade penalty. And then there are the weapon proficiencies, which deal with one-handed weapons, two-handed weapons, pole arms, which are like spears and staffs and things, archery, crossbows, and throwing stuff. And that's the basics of the character sheets. And I'd like to say thanks for sticking through all of this. We've gotten past most of the intense bookkeeping stuff, and starting next episode, we'll actually get into the gameplay and the part that's super interesting. So thanks again, and see you next time.